Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Darling in the FranXX, which is on episode 20. Now, this episode right here, I think after watching it, it kind of got me to my surprise, but thanks to someone like maybe talking about the episode, it makes me wonder how did it lead to this and that. I'll get to that just a moment. Let me just get this recap out of the way on the new episode, episode 20. Now, last week I didn't do a recap because apparently it got delayed and there was some kind of production how it started or something, which I go like, huh? So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Squad 13 is informed about like a mission involving some kind of like a weapon, etc. And we see to it that this star entity is a Cloxosaur weapon, and eventually we see to it that Papa and the others are talking to like whatchamacallit, 02 and Hirokun about like saying that the Streliza is supposed to be part of the whatchamacallit, this star entity and make it work or something. They built up 02 for that, which is really, really ridiculous. And we see to it that the Dr. FranXX or something ends up having to talk to one of the caretakers for Squad 13, which I forgot the guy's name apparently. What's his name? Hachi, and ask him about Nana, the original Nana, but that one was not showing up, etc. Or excuse me, dang it. We have to it that Futashi and like Goro are talking to each other about like what's been happening lately, But we have to it that Mitsuru and Kokoro-chan took off the rings apparently, and we have to it that Kokoro herself was actually vomiting or something. She wasn't feeling so well, and she had to hit the restroom and had to hit the toilet or something and vomit. So that's just a sign that like yeah, I'm pretty sure all you guys might have realized it here and there, but it's pretty obvious from here on point what happened to Kokoro-chan. Which I would not say here because I think it should be a little bit obvious, knowing that if you are like up to date and grown up with where you're at right now. Bleh. Anyways, we had to it that everyone gets ready for their final mission that will involve the star entity, and we see to it that like the freaking nines whatsoever are mocking Squad 13 whatsoever, and we have to it that 02 like backs them up and says, hey, these guys are much stronger than you folk, okay? They are looking towards the future while you don't have any. Of course, one of the nines goes like, you know what, you guys are just tools for having to make things work out, so don't expect much, you hear me? And we add to it that everyone continues their battle against the Cloxosaur by giving the other people some shots, or should I say time to like for the Streliza to connect with the star entity whatsoever. However, there is one issue though. We have to it that Kokoro and Mitsuru are like piloting with each other, and all of a sudden things are not looking so great, And because I think they're starting to remember right now. As for 02 and Hiro, they end up having to like go out to Streliza, but it was too late. The Cloxosaur princess, ends up having to show up personally, kick 02 out after talking to the doctor, and takes Hiro as the pilot himself, and ends up going to the core, or Star Entity core. And we see to it that like that Hiro asks, how is it that you are able to pilot Streliza? And we have to it that the Clockstore princess says, of course I could pilot it, because this was actually our brethren, and therefore ends up sending a message to everyone else, etc. about what's going on. As the Cloxosaur ends up talking to the humans in their minds by saying, you guys are idiots for having to steal the symbol of our bonds that courses through the planet's depths or something. And we have to it that Hachi's like, what the hell is she talking about? And FranXX explains to Hachi like, I gotta tell you something. Like, before the magma energy came about, they were split. When I studied the Cloxosaurs or something, they end up having to like split into two forms. One was that of freaking like energy that became one with Earth and became energy, while the others are like are formed into like the original FranXX. And I'm pretty sure all you guys are pretty much confused right now. Like, hold up. What are you talking about? If you guys watched the episode and looked at it, which you should have, the Cloxosaurs were the first ones to be the FranXX before modified by humanity. Let me explain. Like, apparently the male became some kind of core while the female became the body structure. It sounds really confusing right now, and we have to it that these Cloxosaurs are biological weapons built by the Cloxosaur sapiens. And it's actually like the FranXX, because we have to it that like what they've been excavating from the core or something was actually the base of the FranXX units or something. And we have to it that like the Cloxosaur princess ends up taking over like taking over the freaking core whatsoever, and the Papa goes like, you know what, if we can't get this, we're blowing this planet to hell. I'm thinking in my mind, what the hell are you trying to say right now? Are you really trying to destroy Earth? And we see to it that these All-Fathers or Papa ends up getting ready to strike. And apparently we have to it, the Cloxosaur princess ends up explaining that the real enemy that's been invading our planet the entire time was like something called the Virm, which I go like, okay, the Virm? And we have to it that it shows these alien warships coming out and blasting at Earth. And we have to it that like that the Cloxosaur princess, who's connected with the core, ends up having to like launch a powerful attack at the ship, etc., at the Virm whatsoever, called the Reconnaissance Fleet. And all of a sudden, it's the revelation that the All-Fathers or Papa was actually the Virm the entire time, which I go like, okay, what's going on here? And we have to it that like that all this time these Papas or something are the Virm, which I go like, are you serious right now? And we have to it that the Cloxosaur princess ends up realizing something's wrong, and we have to it that the Virm is putting a self-destruction switch on the star entity core. And they say like, you know what, if we can't get what we needed, then we're blowing everything to hell along with this planet. And we have to it that like they explain like the star entity is a mass of life that could disturb the universe's peace, which I go like, what? And we see to it that like if things came to about like the Cloxosaur princess having to take over the implanting process, then we would be blowing everything to hell or something, which I go like, okay, what do you mean by that? And we see to it that eventually 02 was still trying to go after Hiro. It says, I promise I go after you, darling, etc. And we have to it, it looks like to me like the star entity core that the Cloxosaur princess just got connected with, along with Hiro, is about to blow up, apparently. So, yeah. So, this episode right here, I really hope you watch it before, like, watching a recap or someone's review about it. But anyways, what in the world? I'm not trying to, like, be a jerk about this, but seriously, though. Like, aliens and Virm, how was this built up? I thought the Papa was all like humans or something hiding in space or something, which I'm trying to understand, honestly. And I just go like, what the hell's going on here, dude? It's really confusing and complicated right now. Like, I just go like, first you go on to like showing the Cloxosaurs, which is kind of cool and natural, but all of a sudden you end up having to like put up this like whatchamacallit, Virm, which is apparently the Papa or the All-Fathers that's watching over Earth, etc. I just go like, how does that even work? Like, aliens somewhere else, and I thought the Cloxosaur... They say that the star entity is like disturbance of universe's peace. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought this is all about Earth, not the universe. What's going on here? So, yeah. It just got a little confusing and complicated right now, dude. Wow, what in the world just happened? I didn't realize this until a friend like tell me about it, and I end up looking at it and starting to like connect the dots. What the hell just happened? So yeah, like I said, you should go watch the episode to maybe understand the situation or something. I think I just gotten a little like confused of like, first I thought it was just about the planet Earth and just the Cloxosaurs, you know, and now it's like involving a universe. Star Entity would disturb the universe's peace. How does that work? Yeah, like I said, confusing. You guys don't get it, go watch the episode yourself. And if you're up to date up to this point, you may have an idea like what the hell just happened. So if anything else, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm off for Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!